Josh. I'm the Regional Field Director for Montgomery County, and I am so happy to be here. We have a fantastic turnout today because we know that every one of us is so excited about Senator Obama. Am I right? I love doing that. That's my favorite thing to do. We're going to say yes. We have some fantastic people. So I want to introduce you to some fantastic people today. We have some very special guests, state senators, congressmen, state representatives who have been fantastic friends of the campaign. But first, I want to introduce you to the very, very amazing people who work in this office, the field staff here, who are going to help bring this home with you guys, with your help. Our field staff are the people who are going to be making phone calls, reaching out, doing the work on the ground with you guys, side by side, shoulder to shoulder, to make sure that we bring home a win in this really, maybe it's just because I'm here, but the most important county in the country right now. Yeah. So, and that's not a lie. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce, this is Anne Marie. She's going to quickly tell where she represents, so if you're from her towns, you can get involved with her. Go ahead.
Hey guys, my name's Anne Marie. I'm so excited to see all of you. I'm representing Abington. Right, got a lot of turnout here. I'm happy to hear that. And I'm also doing Region 14, which is up in the Bluebell, Ambler area over there. So come talk to me if you're in my area. I'm so happy to see you guys.
Thank you. All right, Kevin, why don't you introduce yourself briefly?
Hi, my name is Kevin Hartnett. I'm a field organizer for what we call Region 6 and Region 7, which is Hatboro, Horsham, Upper Moreland, Lower Moreland, Upper Dublin, Bryn Athen. When we break here in about an hour or so, anyone who lives in that region, I would love to talk to you. We're going to have a special little section of the room. Come over and say hi, and we're going to get to work.
Great. Okay. Jackie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackie Berry. I am a field organizer, and I am here in Cheltenham assisting with Abington, Jenkintown, Springfield. We're fired up and ready to go. I worked for Senator Obama in South Carolina, Alabama, Texas, and now I'm here to win Pennsylvania.
Excellent. And I have a few other people I want to introduce. We have Jocelyn, who's going to be our office manager here. Say hello. Hi. Hi. And we have a delegate and fantastic full-time Nate Kleiman, who's a delegate candidate for the 13th district. Who is a team leader and instrumental in making this the most beautiful office in pretty much the country. I want to say one thing before I turn this over to Jackie, is that today it's so great to be pumped up and fired up and ready to go, but we have a really important component to this, which is that afterwards, all of us are going to be making phone calls and canvassing in our neighborhoods today to make sure that all this enthusiasm here is translated to the folks out there, and so we can spread the message of Senator Obama and persuade some voters and identify some voters, and really that's what's going to bring this home. So without further ado, I hope that you can join us afterwards. Jackie's going to introduce some folks. All right.
We are honored to have amazing guests and friends of the campaign with us today to celebrate this wonderful office opening here in Abington. That'll be for the community. This is a resource for all of us here in Montgomery County, and we're so glad to see you finally. I have the honor of introducing State Senator Leona Washington.
You know what, today is an exciting day. We actually have 22 days and a wake-up. And that wake-up day, we're going to win Montgomery County. We're going to win Pennsylvania. Yeah. We're going to send the opponent back to where she belongs. This is what I want you to do. I want everybody in this room to block Hillary Clinton and tell her to get out of the race. Because the Democratic Party is important to all of us. You know, there's a rainbow of people in this room. We haven't had a person to bring this much strength to our party in a long, long time, and since I've been born. And you know what? Barack Obama is that person. He's a person for all people. He's not about oil. He doesn't care about that. He has integrity. He respects us, and he will have our interests at heart. Not his father's interests, not his family's interests, but our interests. So that's why. That is why when we leave here today, our responsibility is for every one of us to go to the street where we live and talk to each one of our neighbors and tell them that Congressman Cummings was here today with us. Tell them about the things that you heard. You have 22 days and a wake up. We can do this. Let's get it done.
All right.
And I now have the honor of introducing you State Representative Josh Shapiro. We need to give him a huge thank you for all that he's done. The delicious smells that you are smelling of pizza and refreshments have been provided by Representative Shapiro, so thank you so much.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. Thank you. Let's hear it for Leanna Washington. You know, somebody said, well, the political firepower is with the other side. I think we got a lot of political firepower on our side, don't we? We got Leanna, and I see we've got some local elected officials here. Township Commissioner Ernie Peacock is here. And we've got our school board president from Upper Dublin, Joe Chmielewski's here. Our school district president from Abington, Ray McGarry's here. The head of the Democratic Party right here in Abington, Michael O'Connor is here. We've got Ann Weiss, our county elected official here already. And while not an elected official, he's a spiritual guide for many. He's a leader for many. Dr. Donald Clark, the head of the NAACP, is here. Has it there's some people from Cheltenham here. Are they here today? And I understand a few people came from Springfield, maybe? All right. How about Jenkintown? Is Jenkintown in the house? What about Abington? We are so pleased to have an Obama office right here in Abington, right here in the heart of Montgomery County, where we're going to pull out a big win for Barack Obama on April 22nd. Aren't we going to do that? I just want to tell you why I'm for Barack Obama, and then I want you to hear from a real legend in the U.S. House of Representatives, Congressman Elijah Cummings. You know, I worked in Washington from 1994 until 2003. I got there right after the Republicans took over the Congress. You remember Newt Gingrich, right? Yeah. And I know you remember. And I remember just from a staff perspective, we all went in a room and recognized that we had a healthcare crisis back then, that we had an energy crisis back then, that we had crumbling infrastructure back then. But what happened? The congressman knows this. Each side went their own ways, and they never had a real dialogue about how to solve our nation's problems.
That's right.
And then I came home and I got elected to go to Harrisburg with Leanna. And you know what? Unfortunately, we've got the same kind of dialogue breaking down along party lines, along geographic lines.
That's right.
And we're trying to change that in Harrisburg. We're trying to reform Harrisburg. But you know what? We need some reform in Washington, D.C., don't we?
Right.
Yeah. And so I'm for Barack Obama, not just because of the specifics of each one of his plans has been carefully laid out and articulated through this campaign. I am for Barack Obama because he is going to fundamentally change the conversation in the United States of America.
That's right.
He's going to bring people together. And as Leanna said, we have a rainbow coalition in this room. We're going to have that all across the United States, bringing about a victory for Barack Obama. Aren't we going to do that? As we change that dialogue, as people come together, we're going to have a leading member of the Congressional Black Caucus at the table. We're going to have a leading member of Congress from the Baltimore area in Maryland who is investing his time, his energy to help Barack Obama get elected all across this great Keystone State. And he's invested for the same reasons we're invested, because we're ready to take our country back.